Kyo, you look
if you
fantastic.
press J, you can change it.
I'm not going to argue.
I, however, am going to go and turn on the entryway circuits, because I turned them off so people wouldn't do this before I was here.
Aw, considerate.
For me, at least.
Yeah, we were waiting. Waiting specifically for people. One of whom has not turned up.
I just picked up an arrow. Whose is this?
I have many arrows.
Yeah.
Then again, I just came from driving a semi from...
We have
Nevada.
semis on Springrealms?
Oh my god, yeah!
That's a lot of creepers.
I bought a American
Rainbow
Truck
Road.
Simulator. They've been
Right,
driving a
if
truck.
you hit the armor stand, it's just gonna bounce off like that arrow did.
Yeah, right. Dodge. Come here, creepers!
I'm invisible!
You have no arms! Also, Kyo, you're charging towards the bulb, but no one else is with you.
I know! I'm just gonna, like,
Hi.
dance around until people get into position.
I'm
Oh,
with
oh
you.
that's a stalker. I'm just gonna... Oh. Frick!
Right.
Fine. Cycle around with his last creepers!
Fender, join us. Meet us at the other end.
Join us in glorious
What happened to your
combat!
t-shirt?
I took it off so I wouldn't get teleported in without you guys. Alright.
Okay.
Whoa! That's new. Right.
What?
Get close.
Get within 5 blocks. Be ready.
Guys, more like over here.
Oh, what? Right, oh. Okay.
Ah!
Ah!
Where are the potions?
I managed to keep the chest plate for some reason.
Yeah, it's a little spotted, I don't know why.
Ah!
Oh.
Shit!
Oh!
Shit! Shit!
Mirror copy! Image thing. Blinds a nerve.
Yep. Kyo, you're just gonna waste arrows.
Oh. Oh god. I didn't
Potion.
bring the weed killer!
I asked you if you did!
No, you didn't!
Yeah,
Well,
I
now
said,
you're
hey, did you
screwed.
have a thing? And
How do we get out then?
You die.
Wow.
Little short. Just like
Yeah.
not true.
God's sakes. Right.
Still short
Hello.
again.
Fine, fine. I'm gonna go hug it with potions strapped to my body. Can't miss it. Do you know any more?
Yeah, I tossed 2 of you, 2 of them at you. Whoa, shit.
Okay, its shield is down. For about 5 seconds.
Smack it.
Back up again because the particle effects are gone.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Go away!
Oh yeah, it's Wither 2. For 3 minutes, no less.
So, I hope you guys do very well there.
It doesn't regen health as long as there's one person in here, so consequently you just need to have enough divine anti-spirit and murder it as much as possible.
Oh,
Careful!
only 5.
TNT!
Kyo, Kyo, Kyo. Fire!
Hello, fellow creepers.
Back up.
Resume fire. Yeet!
Ah! God damn it.
Oh, shit.
Rafe, don't go in there yet.
Too late.
Oh. Oh, there goes my sprint. Y'all okay in there?
Yeah.
For certain values of okay.
On a scale of 1 to, like, dying.
Alive.
That okay?
Let me see how much health this thing has left. It is under 100.
Oh.
Oh, from where? Exactly.
200.
Oh.
Empty. That's on there.
Let's see.
Also, I didn't say how far it was under 200. It was under 100.
Tough.
And
Might be
That's
5.
flying god, man.
I'm about to start starving to death.
Oh joy.
Well, you won't actually die of it, but yeah, it will kill
Yeah.
Well, the stalkers drop carrots.
What?
are you freak?
Really?
you. Under what conditions?
Yes, we need
No,
carrots. And
Under
let me
normal
guess.
conditions, the stalkers will drop golden carrots.
Golden.
Yes,
Damn it!
the useless carrots.
No, actually,
No.
no. The saturation on those is gorgeous.
Yes,
And
but
they,
Yeah.
we
and they,
can't
and they're
plant
great for
golden
breeding.
carrots.
They're great for breeding horses.
Ah!
You can't farm golden carrots. No, not great.
Sorry, Sakura.
I-
I need to borrow your food.
Ah! I forgot about the flying TNT.
Oh yeah.
Shit! There goes my entire cry box.
Well, at least the creepers have been planted.
Lying, my cry box.
One of these days, I'll build a dungeon where cryboxing isn't quite so easy, but it is not this one.
Oh, that's right, I don't have a torch. I was
Ow.
wondering why it was all dark.
Okay, I'm safe.
That's the spare second in raid.
Just wait until it regens on you. Then you'll be suffocated.
Alright, I have one divine anti-spirit, so you guys, you've got to make these shots count. Okay, Resender, because you're the only one with a bow now.
I have a bow.
Oh, you have a bow, so.
User
I
entered
told
your
you.
channel.
Hi, Aku.
Aku!
Still fighting the
Aku.
boss. And failing.
And also dying.
Horrible.
And all the anti-spirit got blown up.
So much for our waiting by
Yeah.
Hey buddy.
Rafe, do not remove the piece of dirt between you and Kyo.
Please don't. I choose life. Ray,
There you go.
there's a block above my head.
You're free.
Kitty!
Ah!
Ha!
Ray, come here.
The downside of that being completely random is that I can't actually ensure it actually hits somewhere useful.
Okay, wait, also, if I give you guys arrows, if I give you everything and I just, like, dive bomb it.
Okay. Let's give you a nice.
Food! Food for hungry Rafe.
Oh, no.
You have all my bread. Well, all Sakura's bread, technically. Right, you guys.
I'm sure Sakura
Would
will
you like some
appreciate.
pants? I have spare pants.
No, I'm going to dive bomb it and probably die because I gave you my dirt.
Okay.
So, Kyo, who is about to die, salutes you.
Press F to pay your
Careful, there's
respects.
3 originals beneath you guys.
I'm quite aware of that. Okay, take aim. Oh, for frick's sake.
TNT!
Right. Ready. Fire!
Oh, I'm gonna die anyway now because I've got the wither. That didn't do enough.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh my god, I got saved by the RNG.
Just don't move.
Rescue squad! Right.
Now, the unfortunate thing is that was your only anti-spirit and you were planning on dying.
Yeah. Rafe, there's no point rescuing me.
Okay, so I've got nothing else to do.
Honor?
Lord.
Floor. Yes.
Fight for my friends!
We're not Klingons. We don't die honorably in battle.
There we go.
Okay, Rafe,
No, you die screaming in battle.
Alright, I'm at about 56 odd arrows.
Alright, which
I
one
am-
of you is safest?
Probably
me?
Rafe.
Probably.
I'm so tempted to teleport you guys off those ledges.
Look.
Don't.
I won't,
No!
but I am tempted.
No, no.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, no,
Oh,
no,
no.
no, no, no.
Oh no!
Resenda, please aim better.
Alright, right, guys.
Sweet, it's more divine anti-spirit.
Yes, good. Take aim.
Alright.
Take aim, do not loose.
Okay. RNG don't care about
Fuck, I
that.
missed!
Well,
Really?
How?
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fairly easily from the sounds of it.
Oh, that's gonna be in the video.
Oh,
Go
Yep.
gaming.
Yeah.
Just an image of Kyo
Invisible
superimposed in
TNT.
front of the boss with a little, like, sticky note attached to them saying, I missed with the anti-spirit at a 3 block radius.
I'll draw that. I'm gonna draw that.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. It's just someone that's staying there.
I actually... to actually get
Oh, this is
outside.
fun!
You are steadily losing ground, Resenda. You might want to try and bath.
You have to start being adventurous.
I actually have to just jump out of the dungeon.
You're a roaming spirit. You must move.
Wait,
More
did you just
TNT.
need a bottle?
What?
Did you just need a bottle of the Theory of Root? Say I was carry 3.
No, I have one. It's just we're in the dungeon and the boss is alive.
You can still teleport to people.
No,
Not
he-
Yes,
Not
but if
when
you
you're
try to
inside, you
enter
can't
spirit
go
when you're in the
spirit.
dungeon, it'll immediately kick you out again.
Yeah, so that's why I can move over to spawn. Who's safest?
Give me 1
Safest
second.
is a relative.
Alright, me.
To Ruth. Oh, it's rooted. Okay. Right, guys, take aim.
Don't go yet.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
the
rooted.
route will slow you.
I'm probably gonna end up missing again. I'm just gonna call it now, okay?
Right, there's. I'll go
How
over
much
this
do you
one.
have?
TNT!
I only have the one. Ready? Woo, that was close.
Fine.
Alright, take aim. Don't shoot it yet. Fire!
Fire!
Yeah!
Yay!
Boy!
Oh, God, you.
Hi, Ray. Resenda, even.
Woo!
Nice!
Is the loot?
Oh,
There is loot, but the server might not have kicked in for that particular one because that was spawned before it was installed. But I
Behind
will
you.
spawn you. I will
Run.
spawn a chick. I will
Yeah,
spawn
run.
a chicken that has it for you.
Yeah, is my stuff... I'm gonna... No.
Yes,
Yeah,
your
your
stuff is
stuff's
there
here.
just fine. Don't get no special creepers spawning right now because the boss is dead.
yeah.
Yeah, boy!
Yeah. Okay, let's get used to the stuff up. That's the trousers under.
Come on.
Thing.
That's not
And-
my stuff. That's your bow.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure most of these now somebody's are your arrows.
There we go. That chicken over here contains the boss loot for you. Over here, behind you, Geo, up here.
Murder.
Kill.
Punch it to death. Ah!
Oh my god!
Rude!
Oh my god! You did an Edgington!
Wait.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Springrealms. So, hope you enjoyed that little bit of footage. That took people a while to beat that particular boss, in part because it wasn't actually ready for release day, but nonetheless, it was defeated, and that then meant that the border expanded and we got a new island, and of course, we've now got access to another dungeon to build. So, that's the wrong section. That is the right section. So, this is the Archive of Sites, colloquially known just as the Grand Archive or the Great Archive. And as you can probably guess, it's pretty dang tall. Like, I mean, previous dungeons, if you fell off the ceiling, like, you probably would die, but this, it's pretty damn obvious you would. And don't mind the colours on these statues. I'm not even sure if the statues are staying. They're just sort of here for testing purposes, but yeah. So, this is a freaking tall dungeon, and from that you can probably guess there's going to be a lot to do with verticality inside of it. You can also tell that it's heavily inspired by the Parthenon, the temple to Athena in... is it Athens? I'm guessing it's Athens, because Athena, but who knows. So, this particular dungeon belongs to... it's not... is it? Yeah, it's Placitos the Enlightened. And Placitos is... oh boy. Placitos covers a lot of things, but chiefly Placitos covers knowledge and visions of the future and all sorts of other things, and is the sibling deity to Philippos the All-Watching. And... basically, between them, they're omnipotent. But in their own domains, they're pretty smart nonetheless. But Placitos is all about finding stories and writing them down and all sorts. And continuing with our recurrent sort of grand over theme that the lack of presence of gods that are causing things to be in place, such as, for example, Aeneas is no longer around, so consequently things aren't necessarily staying where they should be, and flying isn't around, so things, again, aren't necessarily staying where they should be, because she's responsible for keeping everything where it should be, in order and whatnot. Flying of the Parallel and Aeneas the Builder of Vessels. Aeneas' dungeon, I think, might be the next one, actually. But yeah, suffice to say, the gods need to be around for all the physical laws of the world to be solidly rooted in place, and since they're not, things aren't staying rooted in place. So previously we had the corrupted fortress, which was broken down by virtue of no one being left around to tend it to keep it from getting corrupted by the poison that was made to kill all of the spirits in the Spring of Souls. And after that we had Moroboka's Cold Forge, where it was meant to stay hot all the time, but that stopped because the Furnace Drakes wanted to try and entice Moroboka to return. And just past now we've had Erinus, where the only reason that the original Creeper strain was able to reseed was because Erinus was no longer around to keep it from doing so. So here, we have, in this particular dungeon, knowledge is no longer staying where it should be. So, with Philippos and Placitos, the basic things are that things are leaking, if you will. They're leaking out of their containers, out of their storages and such. So, for Philippos, that's watchers and other things aren't staying, like, assigned to their tasks. For Placitos, its knowledge itself is no longer staying confined to tomes and scrolls and whatnot. So around here, you will hear whispers and echoes and predictions on what's going to happen and such, as well as references to things that have already come to pass long ago, because these things aren't staying still. Now, in some cases, such as the case with the magic system, let me just grab a light so you can all actually see what on earth is going on around here, which is not very much right now, because we're trying to go with a one-room thing, we'll talk about that in a second. In some cases, leaking knowledge around here is fine and safe and even beneficial for our investigative Redmakers, because this is where the spell system comes into play. Spell books will be obtainable from here, and that will allow people to gain access to these gates, as well as various other spells and summons and whatnot. But in other cases, this is knowledge of gods. This is knowledge that mortal minds, however full of God's blood they might be, can't contain, cannot, like, absorb healthily. So, flitting around here, we're going to be having some invisible, silent bats. And when those particular bats get close to somebody, they are going to imbue them with debuffs and various other effects. And that will basically be our little piece of, here is a mote of knowledge that's seeped out of the various archives here, and your mortal frame cannot fully comprehend or handle it. That kind of thing. Sort of pseudo-Lovecraftian kind of knowledge. So, for example, oh hey, here's the knowledge of how godly magic can create worlds. Human brain can't handle that, so, that's gonna hurt your head quite a bit. You're gonna have one hell of a whopping headache. In other cases, it'll be potentially, boon kind of things. So it's, oh yeah, gravity, yeah, we made that, so it's totally artificial, which means it doesn't have to stay, so you get, for a brief period of time, a massive jump boost effect. That kind of thing. And the goal of this particular dungeon is that there are librarians, there are archivists around here, and their job is to make sure that information stays where it's supposed to be, and everything is nicely neat and organized and whatnot. But a lot of them, sort of in much the same way the Furnace Drakes decided to determine their own course and whatnot, have decided to take that knowledge forcibly for their own, like, purposes. So we're going to be seeing a lot of witches around here, and I did want to have the evokers in here, but it turns out if we try and update to 1.11 now, there's a really, really stupid change to structure blocks that requires that we change every single schematic, and consequently every single structure block in the server at all. So there was somewhere in the region of about 64 for the last dungeon alone. You can imagine that's a lot of structure blocks to update. I mean, just look at how many there are here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, times 3, that's 36. times another 3. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's like 98, I think there's the total there. So it will take Aeneas and I probably a month to try and get all of that sorted in prep for all of the changes for 1.11, so consequently we don't have evokers just yet. Which is a shame, because I would love to start implementing the cursed enchantments around here. But oh well. Oh well. We make do. Over here, by the way, is just a quick test I was doing to see if I could make sort of a living statue effect. So these guys only have AI whenever someone is actually close enough to trigger them. But otherwise, they are completely immobile. Well, save for their idle animation, which I can't actually stop them from doing. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. It might be a little bit too obvious, and I feel that players will probably just start shooting them at distance anyways eventually, so might scrap that idea. And besides, we have plenty of ideas going into this already. So we've got bats, we've got witches. Most of the witches I'm figuring will probably be fairly normal, but there'll be the occasional Grand Archivist or whatever that I will actually... I shouldn't say Grand Archivist, I should say Grand Librarian. Or Greater Librarian, that seems to make more sense. So witches are librarians, witches that can cast spells are Greater Librarians. So they'll have tags to tell me what spell they can cast, and they'll have a cooldown timer to say how frequently they can cast it, that kind of thing. And they will be the ones that players need to watch out more for. I'm thinking verticality obviously is going to be a huge thing here, so climbing up to different levels and whatnot in here, which you can't really make out terribly much what's going on right now, but yeah. So I'd say we just laid out the groundworks here. All of this is just groundwork. But yeah. And then the goal, to try and sort things out, what is the boss, of course? Well, I did say that I shouldn't call the witches the Grand Archivists. I should call them Great Archivists, or Great Librarians, that kind of thing. The Grand Archivist is sort of the Dewey Decimal System around here. The Dewey Decimal System, if you don't know, it's a sorting system that keeps everything in line, and it's used in an abundance of libraries globally. And here, at the Archive of Sites, it has a literal embodiment in the Grand Archivist. And the Grand Archivist is not a god, but is a deific imbued being. You could think of them almost as an archangel, basically. And somewhere in here is a book that will summon it, and will put everything back in order, that kind of thing. And will sort of just, like, kick the librarians back into work. But knowledge is leaking, and if you summon the Grand Archivist, it probably won't like you. It probably will think that you're not supposed to be here, you're aberrant, you're out of order, and it will therefore try to viciously and aggressively organize you. And there we have to go. Therefore, we have to then fight the Grand Archivist, and then things will progress from there. I think the shield ability for this particular dungeon might be glowing, or yeah, it'll probably be glowing. I think. It might be speed. I'm not 100% certain. Speed is sort of my go-to. Who knows? It might be levitation. That'll be a fun one. But we'll find out. Maybe it'll be luck. That'd be interesting. So you put on that shield and everyone around you, including you, immediately goes into spirit mode. But it's all things about vision, so maybe it's glowing. But that might also be a Philippos thing. Distinguishing the two is tricky. But yes. Anyways. Actually, it is the Archive of Sites. Maybe night vision would work. Anyways, that is something that I need to work out much later. As you can see, build-wise, we're going to be having a lot of quartz, and we're going to be having quite a bit of endstone. This is going to be a place where people can get renewable sand, so there is that. I'm toying with the idea of having glowstone around as natural lighting, because as you can see, it is very dark around here, and this is with me on moody as usual, isn't it? If I put it to bright, it's better, but it's not great. So, especially around here, if I'm standing here, these pillows sort of blur together, so having some light to distinguish that would be good. But, yeah. And I'm sort of also applying something I've learned quite distinctly with the preceding dungeons around here, is that noise is incredibly important. So, Actually, I have a little thing over here inside of the bedrock box, so let's just go flip that switch. And that will give me... mood lighting. That will give me night vision without particles and whatnot. So, what I've learned from the course of making all these dungeons is that noise adds a lot. So, for example, if we look at just these statues for the moment, they're single block colors, and it's the same when you're using... oh, congrats to Kyo. It's the same when you're using an actual, like, material other than this that has a texture or anything. If it's all one material, take, for example, the front here, it looks flat and dull. Now, this tries to break it up a little bit, but we have plans to put, like, some kind of fresco into here. I'm not really sure. But on the roof here as well, we were going to have, be, like, flat brick or flat stained clay or something. But if you use noise in the right values, then you can actually give it a lot more character. So this looks a lot more like an old, slightly dilapidated roof. And this looks much more like an old, heavily trodden kind of floor, rather than just having just wall-to-wall, floor-to-floor, I should say, end bricks. Which, yes, you'll be able to get here. No end stone as yet, but end bricks, yes. Oh, there isn't, to my knowledge, any meaningful value in these outside of the end these days. So yeah, noise. Apply it delicately where you can. Obviously, having noise in these pillars might be an idea. We could take out the odd block on the exterior. Although, there is an interesting thing, which let me just see if I can show you this. Probably be easy to just show up here. So if I'm up here, these are actually full of bone blocks. There's a lot of bone blocks around here. And that then raises a lot of question. Is it allegorical, or are these literally meant to be bone cord pillars? C-O-R-E-D, cord. Yeah, that sort of gives you a whole overview of this particular structure. Perhaps bones were a thing that Placitos used a lot inside of visions and whatnot. We don't actually know how Placitos made their visions. Maybe that's what the well here is. It's a sort of a scrying pool, if you will. But that's something that we can work on in a later episode. So, next episode, I'll be showing off the bats and the witches, hopefully, and we'll be going from there. And this was also, I should note, you can see I've already got all of the structure blocks in place. I'm hoping this will be the first dungeon where we straight up have a structure within a structure. So there's a structure block in these columns here that dictates the one above it. And as I discovered, if you try and put in a schematic that has a structure block in it, it will corrupt the level dat file of your world. So I'm going to have to remember to remove these right before I do them with structure voids. But other than that, you can have a structure within a structure. We can have a regen circuit be built by a regen circuit. To that extent, at least. You just have to take the structure block out of it first. So the structure block will be in place and everything else just built around it. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed. This is the archive. This is the archive of sites, and it promises to be, well, a literally eye-opening experience, he said, sitting up here in the eye. Because this will introduce the spellbook system. So it'll introduce the spellbook system, it'll introduce a lot of lore, and it's going to be fascinating to watch it go. But, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you all next time.